Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm really pleased that you're with me today to discuss the black-eyed child of Cannock Chase. Sightings of the black-eyed child on Cannock Chase go back to the 1980s, and anyone who has seen this phenomenon reports feeling a sense of dread. Now, I live fairly close to Cannock Chase, so I was able to go out and look at some of the locations where it's alleged that this black-eyed child has been seen. Now, Cannock Chase is famous for its ghoulish encounters. You have the Dog Man, or the Ghost Dog of Brereton. You have the Bigfoot of Cannock Chase, and UFOs. Now, I've done a video on each of these subjects. I'll leave a link to them in the description. I decided to start my journey on this video at Birches Valley. So guys, here I am at Birches Valley on Cannock Chase. The black-eyed child has been seen a few times around this area, so let's go and see what we can see. So in 2021, a young teenage couple were camping out at Birches Valley, and around about midnight they heard a noise outside of the tent. So they went and had a look outside, and they saw a shadowy figure. It looked like it was teleporting from tree to tree. Needless to say, they went back into the tent. They didn't get any sleep that night, and in the morning when they came out of the tent, whilst they were walking back to their car, they saw a young girl peering from behind a tree. The girl started giggling, and when they saw her, they noticed that her eyes were black. They got a little bit spooked. Can you imagine being here? It's pitch black. You can't see your hand in front of your face, and you hear something or you see something. What would you do? What do you think you would do? Because I don't know what I'd do, to be honest. I don't know whether I'd just like run, or whether I'd be inquisitive and have a look. I don't think anybody can really say what they would do until, they're in that situation. But leave me a comment. Have you been in that situation? Have you seen something paranormal, something weird? And what was your reaction? What did you do? Leave me a comment. You can only imagine the kind of transformation this place goes into during the hours of darkness. Unfortunately, I ain't got the kit at the moment to do the nighttime filming, but that'll change in the future. The black-eyed child has been seen at an ancient fort on Cannock Chase called Castle Ring. It's been seen right in the centre of the ring, dancing, laughing and chanting. In October 2019, a little girl saw this child on Castle Ring and started to chase her, and the child was described as having jet black eyes. The child ran off and the girl followed, but the girl lost the black-eyed child and managed to stop just before a 20-foot drop. Now, it just makes you wonder whether this black-eyed child led this girl to this drop with the intention maybe of her falling down over it. Not nice. Now, it might be worth mentioning that back in the 1800s, a diphtheria outbreak occurred in the area, and that made the children's eyes look dark and sunken. Maybe the black-eyed child is a ghost of somebody who suffered with diphtheria. On the 13th of September 2014 at 4:10 in the morning, a couple were walking their dog in the Stile Cop area of Cannock Chase when they came across a small girl, no more than a metre in height. They described the small girl as having no colours to her eyes, and she was standing there with her head tilted to one side as though she was being hanged. This girl stared at them for around 5 minutes and then ran off into a densely wooded area. Now this is a really weird one. There's a place called Kingies Rock in Hednesford, which is right next to the chase, and a person was there one night in 2019 and they saw what looked like a child just floating in the air vertically above the rock. This person took a photograph of this child, but the flash disturbed the child and it looked at this person, who noted that this child had black eyes. This child then started to approach this person, who ran off, stumbling over undergrowth. The person tried to make it towards a nearby road, but this thing, creature, child, whatever you want to call it, got between this person and the road and stared straight at them. Now, remembering that this was night time when this happened, this person asked this ghost or black-eyed child what it wanted, and it seemed to get angrier and floated straight towards them. This child was approaching this person at some considerable speed, which made the person put their hands in front of their face, close their eyes, and when they opened them, it was bright, it was morning, it was around 8:45 and school children were hurrying to school, and this person had no memory of what happened in the hours between them putting their hands up and waking up and being in the daylight. Now, back in the 1960s, there were 3 children murdered and their bodies dumped on Cannock Chase by Raymond Leslie Morris. Maybe there's a link. Some people think there is, but I'll leave you to decide that. Maybe I'll do a video on those murders in the future. Let me know if you want a video on that and I'll sort that out for you. Now, there have been some sightings of the black-eyed child at a place called Pye Green. Now, I did go to this place and there's something just really eerie about it. You know, where you're somewhere and you think, ooh, this ain't quite right. Yeah, I got that feeling when I was there. It's got like when you look at the tower itself, it's kind of got a Cold War, Stranger Things feeling about it. Anyway, back to the black-eyed child. Okay folks, the Pye Green Tower is just behind me. You can see it there, look. And I'm just going through the woodland that's around it, where the black-eyed child has been seen. So I have got to say, it's like there's a really creepy atmosphere here. I don't know whether I'd want to be here at night time, let's put it that way. But I'll see what I can see. On the 26th of October 2019, a dog walker was walking their dog right next to the Pye Green Tower, just next to the wooded area, when the dog began to really pull at its lead and was barking, sort of looking towards the trees. So the owner of the dog decided to go and investigate what was going on, because the dog seemed so eager to get to the trees. So when they got there, the dog began to yelp and seemed a lot more timid than it had been, and this person then saw a small child about 4 feet in height. They described this figure as a small girl, which was around 10 feet in front of them when they first saw it, but then it began to float towards them. Now, as this figure began to float towards them, this person noted that this little girl looked dishevelled, beaten up. This person unfortunately hadn't got their glasses on, but they could tell that this child hadn't got any eyes, or at least they were completely black if they had. As this ghostly figure of this girl got closer to this person, it started to float higher up. Now this person was 7 feet tall, and it got to the stage where this small girl was face to face with this person. Now as it got right up to this person's face, they could see through her skin, which does sound weird, and then this apparition whispered, "The rain is coming." And all of a sudden the heavens opened up and it started to really rain heavily. So the person and the dog got soaked. The girl then disappeared and the rain lasted for about 10 minutes. Now I'm sure there are more sightings and more stories about the black-eyed child. Maybe I'll feature a longer video in the future on them. But what do you think about what's been going on? And if you've experienced anything to do with the black-eyed child or anything weird on Cannock Chase, leave me a comment and maybe we can talk about it. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. I love looking into mystery and I'm going to be doing a lot more of that on this channel. So don't forget to subscribe, like and ring the little bell to get notified of when I next upload. And I'll see you next time. Bye.